Dear children, today we are going to see how to implement decision making statements in Java. So, actually, decision making statements help us to write decision driven statements and execute a particular set of code based on certain conditions. In Java, if statement is the most simple decision making statement and it is used to decide whether a certain statement or block of statements will be executed or not. And that is, if a certain condition is true, then a block of statement is executed, otherwise not. Now see the syntax of if. So children, here you can see that if this given condition is true, this if block will get executed. Otherwise, this another block of statement will get executed. So here, so now first of all, we are going to do some examples of conditional if. So let us see that. So here first of all design a class, and here suppose the name of the class is example. Just save it, example.java, and here it is a main method. Import java.util.asterisk, scanner class, and this is the scanner class, and here this is the number. This is the variable n for the number. Enter number. So here we have entered the number. Children, suppose in this we want to check if this given number is even or odd. So how to check that? So the simplest statement for checking even number is if this number n is divisible by 2. If it is divisible by 2 and if the remainder is 0, the number is set to be even. Else what? The number is odd. Now here one thing I would like to tell you, that here this is a block, and by definition a block is a group of 0 or more statements within balanced braces. So if this given condition is true, suppose we have entered the number 100, and if you divide this number by 2, you will get the remainder as 0. So here you will get the remainder as 0. It simply means this given condition is true, and if it is true, then this block will get executed, and if not, then else block will get executed. If it is, then if block will get executed, otherwise else block will get executed. One more thing, children, I would like to tell you that if there is only one single statement which is under if, we need not to specify braces. So here, if only one single statement is there, we need not to specify the braces. Here it is 12. You can see that the number is even, and if it is not, the number is odd. I hope it's clear. Now we are going to see one more example. So this time, children, we are going to input the age of the person, and here we want to see that if the person is eligible to vote or not. So here first of all enter age of the person. So that is age, and ss dot next int, and then here we just check it. If age is greater than or equals to 18, If it is the case, then the person can vote, and if it is not true, the person cannot vote. Here you see that I have not specified the brace. Here, if this given condition is true, if this given condition is true, then there is a block which contains only this single statement. For this block, we need not to specify the braces. And if this given condition is true, then this message will be displayed on the screen, which is can vote. Otherwise, the person cannot vote. Now here in this we will see one more example, and this time we would like to input the dimensions of two figures, and we would like to see which figure is having more area and by how much. So for that, here I'm just going to consider two figures. One is the rectangle and here one is the square. So here I have taken these variables for the dimensions of these two figures, and here one variable I have taken for the area of the rectangle and one variable I have taken for the area of the square, and here one variable I have taken for the difference. These many variables are needed. So enter length and breadth of rectangle, so which is length is ss dot next double and breadth is ss dot next double, and after that here immediately after you just calculate the area of rectangle, and now enter the side of the square, and which is side is ss dot next double and area of square is side into side, and now we have to check which figure is having more area. So children, here first of all, if area of rectangle is more than area of the square, we can just display area of the rectangle is having more area, and by how much? By d. And here we need to write area of R minus area of S. And one more thing here, we need to write one more thing, which is if else D is area of S minus area of R, and here we can display that if here area of the square is having more area and by D. So children, here one more thing, here I am not going to explain you if and else if. So here another if within this else I would like to place, if area of S is more than area of R, then this will happen. And here when the area of two figures is exactly same, nothing will be displayed on the screen. So in the coming videos I will be explaining how to use if and else if. So, but just now I'm just explaining if and else. Children, one thing I would like to tell you that else is optional. So here you can see that for this if I have used this else part, but for this if I have not used the else part. So this else part is optional. It is not necessary that we should use that else part. Okay, now let us execute this part, this program. So here area of R minus area of S, which is capital S here. So which is here we can have, suppose the length of the rectangle is 12 and the breadth is 13 and the side of the square is 15. So you can see that the area of the square is having more area and by 69 square units. See one more time here. Suppose it is 12 and it is 13 and here the side of the square is 6. So then in this case the area of rectangle is having more area by 120 square units. So I hope you have understood this concept of simple if statement, how to use in Java programming. So I hope you have enjoyed this video and thanks for watching.